And he just couldn't find it.
Yeah.
But he said, but I still believe in it, though. I still believe in causation. I just have absolutely no way to justify its existence. And the problem for Hume is that the way that Bertrand Russell put it was, in this problem of induction, was to say, like, if you were a chicken and every single day the farmer comes in and throws your seed, right? And so the chicken develops this connection between the farmer coming in and the food being given, in the same way that every time I've seen an object be dropped, it's fallen to the ground. So I developed this idea of a causal connection just because every time I've seen it, that's what's happened.
Yeah.
And Russell's like, well, the chicken will in the same way develop a causal connection between the farmer coming in and the food being given. But
until the hatchet comes.
Quite right.
Yes.
Until the hatchet comes and the chicken's dead.
Yeah.
And we realized that the chicken was just identifying patterns, but there was no actual law.
Yeah.
It feels ridiculous to suggest that the laws of physics could work in the same way because it's happened so many times.
Yeah.
You know, every single time we've ever seen this kind of stuff. But like, is there this thing called a law that makes sure it happens, or are we just describing patterns?
And look,
it's not that it describes and makes sure that there is patterns. It's not that there's patterns. It's just that they have to be, you know, interpretable.
So I would say, number one, when I was younger, if we had this conversation when I was your tender age, I would sit here and say, yeah, there are laws of physics. Yes, when we write down these mathematical laws, they are why the universe behaves the way it does. And that was so naive as I look back at my 25-year-old self thinking that way.
I thought I had more
because, number one, obviously, laws that we write down change over time. So number one, we have to recognize it's all provisionals. But even more deeply, in the end of the day, what we humans do, we are able to access a tiny part of reality. We find patterns in the part that we have access to, and we invent this language that does a really good job at describing it. And that's really, I think, all that there is to it. But having said that, I'm not precisely sure the language, and I always struggle at this point to find the right words. I do think that within the fundamental architecture of reality, there are certain inbuilt patterns that do guide the dynamics, that do guide the billiard ball as it slams into another billiard ball. I don't think it's Newton's laws. I don't think it's the laws of quantum physics. I don't think it's general relativity. But I do, within the architecture of reality, feel that there is something that requires this kind of regularity. Now,